Governor of the great state of Texas, Rick Perry.
Thank you. Ted, thank you very much, and to all of the TxDOT staff that obviously went back and found some really old, young-looking pictures of me. So thank you. For those of you outside of the state of Texas who are here visiting, bienvenidos San Antonio, and I will make a little bit of a apology for the cold weather. But then if you were in Minnesota today, this ain't cold. You know, when it comes to transportation, Texas has always faced a series of rather unique challenges. First of all, when you just think about the sheer scale of who we are and the size of the state, you know, we're the second largest state. We got more than 250,000 square miles of Texas to cover. We have direct proximity to Mexico, that 1,200 plus mile border with a major U.S. trading partner. This increasingly important port system that we have in our state, particularly when the Panama Canal opens up here in a couple of years, connecting Texas to the commercial centers all around the world. And we've got weather patterns that are, you know, I know today, and we talk about desert-like heat that actually bakes the asphalt. That seems a little bit foreign, but it's very true. And then we have these hard winters. I'm suspecting up in the northern regions of our state today, the ground is being frozen solid in places. And that's not even mentioning the structural damage inflicted by floods and tornadoes, hurricanes that we have on a fairly regular basis. And through it all, Texas just keeps getting bigger. 1,000 plus people a day moving into the state to pursue their dreams. Dreams that simply will not become a reality if you cannot get from point A to point B. The old phrase of you can't get there from here is the death knell to any business venture in the 21st century. Whenever I'm talking to a local business leader, or whether I'm talking to the CEO of a major international corporation, one of the biggest concerns that they all talk about is transportation and the transportation network. Can we live up to our commitment to keep traffic flowing in the Lone Star State? That is the question that gets asked often. In those instances, I'm proud to point out that we've added more than 6,600 new lane miles from 2001 through 2012. That's a total of more than any other state in the nation. I'm proud to point to stretches of highway like I-69 that you saw in this video along the eastern edge of the state, State Highway 130 near Austin, I-10 freeway expansion in Katy, Loop 49 in Tyler that you all have saw in that video. Just yesterday, in fact, TxDOT announced more than $800 million in road projects right here in San Antonio. That includes improvements to I-10, I should say 281, and Loop 1604. These projects, along with many others, are examples of the commitment we've made, the commitment that we're living up to as we keep traffic flowing and commerce flowing in the state of Texas. Indeed, our roads have carried a lot of commerce over the past decade. As the video mentioned, we're the nation's top exporter for 11 years in a row. Our business climate's been ranked best in the nation for 9 years straight by CEO Magazine. We have the best transportation infrastructure, I think, in the nation, and it is what has played a major role in our successes. I could go on and on about the impact of transportation infrastructure on our economy, but it is also important for us to remember that transportation is also an inherent quality of life issue. Nobody knows that more than the commuter who is stuck in traffic hours upon end after a long business day. That's time that could better be spent with their child at a piano recital or at an athletic event or at home with the family having a meal. Transportation fuels the economy that's making it possible for families to build better lives. But transportation is also essential to help families enjoy the lives that they've built. The hours we spend in bumper-to-bumper traffic in our state's cities are negotiating outdated road networks in our rural areas, or hours that you don't get to spend with your family. That's a simple fact of life that we need to keep in mind as we're moving forward. That's why we've taken so many steps over the past decade to improve our roads. Expanding the Transportation Commission is another one of those things that I think really made a difference. Going from 3 to 5 members. What we were able to do was bring 2 more extraordinarily bright Texans to the commission so that they could be spending that time focused on transportation issues. That's why we streamlined the environmental impact study process. We expanded the public-private sector partnership to get roads built. We gave more say to local authorities who best know the needs of their communities and the best way to meet those needs. That's why we embrace visionary approaches to finance road construction. Once we accepted the fact that our gasoline tax just wasn't going to keep up with the needs that we have in this state, pay-as-you-go just didn't pour enough asphalt and concrete to meet our growing needs. Along those lines, during the last legislative session, I asked the legislature to take steps to create a new funding mechanism to create roads. And when they didn't, Ray, we called them back and called them back until they did. And as a result, this year, people of Texas have a chance to approve a new plan that will free up roughly $1 billion a year to help build and maintain roads across the state. And with your help, with help of organizations like Move Texas Forward, the voters of Texas will make the right call. I think it's important for us to be able to be out front, to share with the people of this state, Jeff, the true value of what those state dollars can do for the quality of life in the state, for the economy of the state. And it's also important to note that all of this, all the miles that we've built throughout the tenure that I've been governor, the miles we've yet to build, we've built without raising taxes. We've accomplished all of this while remaining true to essential Texas values, and in particular that Texas value of fiscal responsibility. In the process, we've proven that if you don't spend all the money, you'll be able to address needs like transportation, like water, like our education opportunities in the state without breaking the bank and without deficit spending. Everyone in this room and everyone in the state, I will suggest, should be proud of that fact. Now, does that mean that we have addressed every challenge that we face? No, of course it doesn't. But we're better positioned to deal with the challenges before us now and the challenges yet to come because we've remained committed to responsibly shepherding every taxpayer dollar. That's helped us finish the current biennium with cash on hand, $2.6 billion to be exact, according to the comptroller's estimates that are just out. And in the long run, the approach that we have taken will help us alleviate congestion in our cities. It'll help us maintain the rural roads of the natural gas shale play that are being battered and beaten, that are going to need to have that extra focus on them to help us continue to be a leader in the energy development of this country as we go into the future. It'll help us develop innovative next-generation systems that will help move from one area of the state to the other easier, faster, and more efficiently in the years to come. We've positioned our state well. We've positioned our state as a national example of the best way to build roads, the best way to grow commerce, and the best way to build communities. No other group, I will suggest, is any more important than those of you in this audience who have been a part of expanding the greatest transportation infrastructure system in this nation. And I think the linchpin of keeping Texas the best place to live, to have a business, and to grow a family. God bless you, and thank you for what you do. Thank you.
I still have to pretend I can see, so I have to use these every so often.
I was having a challenge myself.
Yeah. A little dark up here.
It's not a little dark.
Governor, to honor this occasion and the legacy of the governor that has created, the Texas Transportation Commission is introducing an award called the Governor Rick Perry Leadership and Transportation Award, recognizing one person each year for exemplary and exemplifies the governor's vision in carrying out transportation in the state of Texas. And we will do this. The first recipient will be named at next year's Transportation Forum. Governor, thank you. Congratulations.
I'll be back.
Look forward to it.